Right, we're going to place our lock. So I've got the M-Line Bags oval flip lock, which is what the pattern calls for, and this is one that's got the templates on the pattern piece for you. So it comes with a few different parts. So let's talk about that first. So you've got the male half, that's this half, and that's the one with the sticky outy bit. Okay, so that's the male half and a washer to go with it. And then you've got the female half. So you've got the front plate, the washer, so that's the one that doesn't look quite so thick, and also the screws. Now I've got 3 screws with mine, it only needs 2. I expect that's in case I lose a screw, and I can fully understand that. So we'll put the female half to one side for the minute with the screws. We're just going to use the male half at the moment. Got a few bits of dust on there. Okay, so what we're going to do is just double check the prong distance on this washer. So work out which holes on this washer you need to go through for those prongs to sit nice and tight against the washer. And for me, it's the second ones from the center. So we're going to place this 6 inches from the top of the panel, or 15 centimeters from the top of the panel. So I'm going to line that up with my center. I'm just going to do it off the desk for the minute because I've got the studio lights reflecting off of my ruler. Okay, right, so that is going to be where the center is. So on my panel, I'm fully confident that that is in the center and it's nice and parallel. I'm going to mark the center there. Okay, so my center is right there in the middle of my panel. Then I'm going to put my washer on that mark that I've made in the center there, and then I'm going to mark where my prongs go. So mine were 2 from the center there. Okay, so what I'm going to need now is my little slicey knife. I'm going to slice through those 2 prong marks, and we're going through all of our layers. So we're going through our fabric, interfacing, Decaville and fusible fleece. Now before I add any fray check to it, these locks bend both ways, so don't worry too much about which way is up and which way is down. I'm just going to check that that fits through those holes nice and easily. Yes, it does. Okay, so I'm going to add a dab of fray check to those holes to make sure they don't grow any bigger than we want them to. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Now I'm also going to add a dab of glue right in the middle there, and that is going to make sure that this lock is not going anywhere, or at least this half of the lock. Okay, just added a little dollop of glue onto the middle there. Push our prongs through, and I've used my fingers, I've just pushed up in the middle of the 2 prongs to make sure that that is nice and secure to the glue. Make sure it's nice and parallel to the top of your panel, and once you're happy with it, you've kind of got to have one hand underneath for this one. Once you're happy with it, add the washer, and we're going to bend the prongs inwards on this one. Okay, so then the whole lock is pulling against itself and it can't slip out. So I'll bend those in and I'll just flatten it down a bit. Okay. Right, once you're happy with that, add a little bit of tape onto the back. And this is just to stop these prongs rubbing through to the lining, but also it is a little bit of extra security on those prongs at the back. Now my washer's a little bit bigger than my tape, and I put my tape on a bit wonky. So let's do a second line of tape. Okay, just to protect all of that. Right, we can ignore that lock for the minute. We're going to come back to that. We are going to add a hole into our finished flap. So I'm going to pause you here and I'm going to gather everything we need, and then we'll talk about adding the lock onto the flap here. Right, I said this would be the fun bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut a big hole in our nicely finished flap. Not scary at all, no. Right, what you will need is some fray check, a hammer and some punches, or some little tiny snips, your choice. And then we'll need our lock. So I've got my other half of my lock here, my female half, and some screwdrivers. I'm also going to add into this as well some glue and some clips as well. Okay, so don't worry about that too much for now. Right, to start with, make sure you run a really nice solid surface. So I've got this really heavy board. I use this for rivets, if you couldn't tell already. Now I'm gonna have a look for the right size punch for my oval. Right, I think that is the right size, in as much as it's the right width and it's got the right shape on one end. It's not quite long enough, so I'm going to punch one end, punch the other end, and then punch in the middle. There's two sides to a punch. You've got the sharp side, which just feels a little bit sharp, and then the other side, which is not sharp at all. So you want to put sharp side down. Mine are shaped, so where they join there, I tend to get a little bit left over, so that won't cut neatly through that little gap, but that's okay because I can cut it afterwards. Right, so line it up on the line of what you want to cut. I'm going to turn my microphone off in a second, and so you don't hear the bangs from the hammer. So hold it completely straight up, and then we're just going to give it a good few whacks. You'll be able to feel it going through. Lift up, and I'm going to do the other end, and then I'm going to do the middle, and then we'll snip away any extra that's been missed. Okay, so I'm going to turn my microphone off so you don't hear lots and lots of bangs. Right, so you notice, because I whacked it a bit hard, I had to hammer the side of it to get it back out of the board again, but that's okay. Right, I can put my punch to one side for the minute. Now it hasn't gone through 100% cleanly on that middle bit. Do you remember I overlapped it a little bit? So what I need to do now is go back with my scissors, just trim those little extra bits off. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it over to the other side, and my punch, although it's gone through, it hasn't taken this fabric out. So I'm just going to snip any bits that I can feel or I can see. Just got a thread hanging on to that bit of fabric. There's a little thread hanging on there. Make sure that that's nice and neat and even. Okay, so once you think you're happy with it, I think I'm happy with it. Turn it around so you can see it a little bit easier. I'm going to do a little test fit of my lock to make sure that I have actually done that right. Now that fits really nicely from the right side. Double check the back. Doesn't fit quite so nicely from the wrong side. I need to take a little bit more off there. So if you can see on the wrong side of yours, you've got a little just fits really nice and snug into there. Mine doesn't quite fit so snug on this side. And can I, oh, there we go. Just managed to push it in a bit better and pop it down. Right, so because this is a fairly sizable little hole that we've made, I'm going to add a dab of glue along the inside edges of this oval that we've cut. And don't worry too much because this is going to be covered up by your lock. Just a little bit onto those layers. It's mostly on the layers at the top of the hole. Okay. Right, and then can pop our lock back through. Now I've got a bit of glue spilling out there. I'm going to make sure not to get my flap, my nice fabric side of the flap in that glue that's spilt out. Make sure these layers are all nicely pushed down. That looks pretty good from this end. I'm going to want the washer next. Make sure that fits over. Yeah, great. Okay, so add a little dab of fray check. Make sure that that hole's not going to expand any further than we want it to. Make sure I'm pushed down nice and neat on all edges. I'm going to pop the washer on, and we're going to add 2 of our screws. Okay, so I would recommend a magnetic screwdriver for this if you've got one. If you haven't got one, find a screwdriver and a magnet and put the magnet on the side of the screwdriver while you're handling these screws. Right, what do we need? We need a little one. Is that the right size or is that too little? That looks pretty good to me. Make sure everything's still in place and add these screws in. I'm going to be very, very careful with this flap for the next few minutes until this glue has had a bit of a chance to dry. Now, twist locks are fitted exactly the same as flip locks, so once you've fitted one, you know how to fit the other. All right, so let's double check. That looks pretty good from the front. Looks pretty good from the back. I've got one stray thread that I can see just poking through. Oh, there we go, it's come out now. Obviously it was just a trick. Okay, so that's our flap with the lock installed. I've got the plastic on it still. So I can put all of these bits and pieces to one side and we'll add the flap onto our bag.